good afternoon and welcome here to Goodekoons Field here on the campus of Taylor University for the Crossroads League home opening doubleheader for the Taylor softball team as they take on the hottest team in the Crossroads League right now, the Grace Lancers, who come in 4-0 on the year after a doubleheader sweep against Huntington just yesterday. Lancers are 7-8 on the year. The Trojans sit at just 4-9. Starting pitcher this afternoon for the Trojans is the all-league selection from a year ago, Maddie Evans. The single-season strikeout leader will make her 8th start of the season, her 8th appearance as well in the circle. Came away with a win just a couple days ago. Check swing right back to her in front of the circle, on to first, where we see Jersey Tannehill this afternoon. And there's the first out here in the top of the first inning. The defense behind Evans today, Lexia Bruzzo in left, Aaliyah Rastetter in center, Caitlin Grims in right. Harley Mason is at third. Emma West is at her normal spot at short. Alexi Clay is at second. Jersey Tannehill, we just met her, she's at first. And Ashton Whitman is behind the plate. First one fouled back by Isabella Duran, the second baseman today. With one out after the ground out by Bethany Gardner. Duran, freshman out of Chicago, Illinois. Second one zipped in high from Evans, and the count evens at 1-1. Maddie on the year, a 4.31 ERA, an overall record of 2-3 with one complete game. She's limiting opponents to a 2.57 average this season. Third one lifted high in the air, foul ball back over the backstop. On a blustery day, as you can hear, blowing out towards center field, but temperatures are going to flirt with 70 degrees today. Bright sunshine overhead before we get some nasty rain that rolls in tomorrow. The 1-2 to Duran. She'll tomahawk this one towards left field. Abruzzo goes back. She'll make the catch off of her left shoulder. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first for Grace.
Stepping to the plate for Grace, number 9, Jerry Ellis.
And that brings up the pitcher, Jerry Ellis. Ellis, a junior out of Connorsville, Indiana. As someone's program goes flying in the air. A ball from Evans to start. Ellis on the season batting .375 with 7 doubles and a home run. 15 hits in her work.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. The restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
No score here in the bottom of the first as Taylor bats for the first time. It's the slap-hitting shortstop, Emma West, and the first one from Jerry Ellis is in there for a strike. Ellis, we just met her. She was the last out in the top of the first inning for the Lancers, and she gets the start here in Game 1 for GC. Second one looped in, and that is ball number 1 to West. West has been the leadoff batter since she got to campus less than 3 years ago. Ellis with a 3-2 overall record, an ERA of over 5.5. Little check swing goes off the glove, but in front of the third base bag, it'll go foul off the glove of Tia O'Connor, the third baseman, and then strike 2 to West as she tried to sneak one up the left side of the infield. Opponents batting .316 against Ellis this season. West having an uncharacteristic slow start to her junior year, batting just .256. And watches one zip into the opposite batter's box to level the count at 2-2. West with 11 hits for the Trojans. That's tied for third on the team, but in 43 at-bats. Trying to bump that batting average up here in the third game of Crossroads League play. The 2-2 from Ellis. Inside, beautiful hit goes opposite way to the left center field gap. And a leadoff single is the property of Emma West. It'll be Alexi Clay to follow, then Ashton Whitman, Caitlin Grimm, Aaliyah Rastetter, Kristen Mahalik, Maddie Evans, Jersey Tannehill, and Alexia Bruzo, the batting order today for the Trojans. Here's Alexi Clay, the big bat for 6 in white and pinstripes, as West will dance off of first. It was Clay's first career home run that really catapulted the Trojans into that 7-5 win on Tuesday at Cross County foe and 8th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan. They split the doubleheader, dropping Game 2 3-0. Foul ball to the left on the second one as West was taking off. West broke the single-season record for stolen bases a year ago. This year she's been caught stealing 4 times out of the 7 she's attempted. It was almost automatic on stolen bases a year ago. Third one to Clay, takes it right down the middle. Little drop in there from Jerry Ellis, and it puts Clay down in the count 1-2. Alexi batting .323 this season with 8 runs driven in. That's tied for the most on the Trojans with Ashton Whitman, who stands on deck. 1-2, she'll lift this one into left, and it drops in for back-to-back singles for the Trojans. They've got 2 on and nobody out for the catcher, Ashton Whitman.
Coming to the plate for Taylor, number 11, Ashton Whitman.
So 2 on the pond here for Ashton Whitman. And plenty of speed out there, both between West and Clay. They both take big leads, but with Whitman showing bunt, it drew the corner infielders in, and almost the Trojans had some easy work getting to second and third. Instead, West and Clay stay where they are. The pitch is a strike here at the plate to the best batter for the Trojans this season, senior Ashton Whitman. Team best .378 average and a team high 14 hits. Also has one of the 6 home runs for Taylor this season, but no player for the Trojans has hit more than 1 home run this season. Third one to Whitman, a golf up the middle, into the end of the glove. Nice little backhand flip to second base there by the shortstop for the Lancers. That's number 23, Taylor Hodgin. That gets Clay forced out at second base. Fielder's choice will have Whitman safe at first. West over to third for Caitlin Grimm, the right fielder. But a wonderful stop there by Hodgin. It's first and third with only 1 out for Taylor here in the bottom of the first with no score. Grimm shows bunt. Opposite batter's box, bluffing the throw to third as Whitman advances to second. And now it's second and third, and ball 1 to Grimm here at the plate. Grimm a .289 average this season with 11 hits and a couple of doubles, and 4 driven in for the power-hitting lefty who plays right field. Opposite batter's box, Ellis trying to will that one home. It's outside the zone, 2-0. Taylor in the home white jerseys and pants with the purple pinstripes, purple numbers and purple letters. Grace in the all black on this 70-degree day. In on the hands right at the top of the zone, taken for strike 1. To Grimm, it's 2-1. Grace in the road black with the red numbers and the red letters and the white trim. Wind blows out towards center field for Grimm. Inside, she'll lift this one down the right field line. It'll be caught for out number 2. Tagging and scoring with ease will be Emma West, and the sac fly gives Taylor an early 1-0 lead as Whitman advances to third on the second out of the inning.
Coming to the plate, number 16, Aaliyah Rastetter.
Here's one of the other Trojan All-League selections from a year ago, Aaliyah Rastetter, who turned her freshman season around when Crossroads League play began. Ball 1 here from Ellis. Righty versus righty matchup for Rastetter, the center fielder. High bouncer up the middle. Snagged by Hodgen behind second. Whips it on to first, and they retire the speedy Rastetter out. But the Trojans get a sack fly, and after one, it's Taylor 1 and Grace nothing here on the Trojan Sports Network. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Maddie Evans gets a pitch with a lead here in the top of the second. Retire the side in order. In the first inning, she'll face Hayes here to start, the lefty first baseman. 1-0 Taylor here in the top of the second. Grace comes in, winners of 4 in a row. They are unblemished in Crossroads League play, and they sit atop the league standings with that 4-0 record. Second one to Hayes, the sophomore from Southern Indiana down in Bloomington. A .359 average for the first baseman with an open lefty stance. Head in the count 2-0, and now 3-0 as Evans skips that one in short. Hayes slugging .564 this season with a home run, a triple, and 3 doubles. First 3 pitches all out of the zone. The fourth one is right down Main Street for a called strike. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Upland, Indiana. Some handful of puffy white clouds overhead. Inside pitch, liner snagged by Tannehill at first as she maneuvered to her right, our left. And there's one gone here in the second for the Lancers, down by 1. And the batter will be Bree Gardenier. A rise ball from Evans, soars too high upstairs, and it goes to the backstop, and it's ball 1. Gardenier, the freshman out of California, comes in batting .229 here in 2022. She's behind the plate here in game number 1. Second one will be popped into the air. Tannehill in foul territory at first base, and Jersey makes the first 2 outs here in the top of the second. So Evans has retired the first 5 here of the ball game.
Number 28, Tia O'Connor.
And it brings up the third baseman, Tia O'Connor. Freshman from Beech Grove, Indiana. Low below the knees for ball 1 on the off-speed pitch from Evans. Some new faces coaching the Lancers this year. The husband and wife duo of Bo and Sam Coolin in their first season. Evans will fire that one high. Slipped out of the hand. It's 2-0. Bo's father in his 3rd decade coaching softball at probably the most scenic place in the country. That'd be at the University of Hawaii. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the second. Grace down by 1. Evans will find the outside corner, and it makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind shifting slightly now, going out a little bit towards right center field here in the top of the second. Fourth one from Evans, golfed, and it goes out of play. And the count sits at 2-2 as Evans tries to go 3 up, 3 down here in the first 2 innings this afternoon at Goodekunst Field. 1-0 Taylor lead on the sac fly from Caitlin Grimm. And the 5th one from Evans. Try to get her on a rise ball. O'Connor able to foul it back, and it stays even at 2s. The DP Kendra Arnold, the senior from nearby Huntington, Indiana, waits on deck. 2-2, slipped out of the hand again, and it nosedived right down in there from Evans. And for the first time all day, Evans will deal a payoff pitch to a Grace batter. 2 outs, bases vacant, top of the 2nd. The pitch from Evans. Going after it, engulfing it out of play is the aforementioned O'Connor, and the count remains full. Bo Coolin coaching third base, his wife Sam the one coaching first. Another 3-2 from Evans to O'Connor. She'll hit this one hard towards left field. Abruzzo, though, will be there. The wind catches it, and that's 3 up, 3 down for the 2nd inning in a row. We've played 1.5 here from Goodekoons Field. It is Taylor 1 and Grace 0. You're watching Taylor softball here on the Trojans Sports Network.
Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
One 1-0 Taylor lead as we start at the bottom of the 2nd with the designated player, Kristen Mahalik, one of the top power bats for Taylor a year ago. Comes in batting .258, and the first pitch is a ball. It's 6, 7, and 8 for Taylor here in the order in the bottom of 2. And now it's 2-0 to Mahalik. Kristen, one of the Trojans' top home run hitters a season ago, but is 0 in that category here in her senior season. Up 2-0, and now let's make it 3-0. With Evans and Tannehill to follow the power righty bat who transferred to Taylor from Southeastern University down in Lakeland, Florida. Inside pitch gets the inner part of the black, and it's 3-1. A lot of pop at the back of the Taylor order, with Mahalik and Evans able to take it deep with just one swing. 3-1, Mahalik skies it out of play to the right, and the count is now full. The payoff pitch, which will stay alive on a foul ball that hits home plate, then careens off of her legs. Tom Barnes, the pitching coach, giving some help from the first base coach's box. Was the JV coach here at Taylor the last 3 seasons. 3-2 again, and Mahalik will send this one out of play to the right. She'll get ready for pitch number 8. Here against Jerry Ellis. The right-hander for Grace here in game 1. Big split for Taylor earlier this week, taking the first game against number 8 Indiana Wesleyan. 3-2 again, Mahalik will take that one low, and she'll jog it down to first with a leadoff walk. And time will be called, and the Trojans look to be bringing in a pinch runner here for Mahalik at first. It'll be the running specialist, senior Nicole Brindle, number 34. Brindle's really carved out a nice role for the Trojans on the varsity roster here the last couple of seasons with this pinch running role. Has a super fast first step. Is not afraid to take a base if it is offered. So here's the starting pitcher, Maddie Evans, an all-league selection a year ago. Rewrote the record books in the circle and had another fine season at the plate. High bouncer left side, in and out of the glove of the third baseman. Now on to Hodgin on to first. And the old routine 5-6-3 double or 5-6-3 put out brings Taylor their first out here in the bottom of the second. It does move Brindle, however, up to second base.
Number 26, Jersey Canada.
When we were here last week, we did not see Tannehill bat, but the lefty will step into the box here for TU. Tannehill looking for that first hit this season is 0 for 4. As the speedy Brindle takes a healthy lead off of second base. Ball 1 to Tannehill here at the plate. Jersey making her 11th start of the season, playing in her 13th contest. That strike will just clip the outside corner, 1-1 to Tannehill. A walk for Tannehill as well, but it's 0 for 4 coming into this AB. Third one. Off the end of the bat, loops and lands just in the outfield grass. They'll move Brindle up to third. Good piece of hitting there for Tannehill to sit back and just lift it softly into shallow left. Third hit of the day for the home team, and the Trojans have runners at the corners for their left fielder, Lexi Abruzzo.
Coming to the plate, number 22, Lexi Abruzzo.
It was a big day for Abruzzo at Indiana Wesleyan. A 2-run home run for Abruzzo gave the Trojans a lead. It was the first home run on a line shot, or the first home run for Abruzzo in her career here at Taylor. Runner heads down to second, no throw as Tannehill in there safely. Just what Taylor did last inning. And it's first and third here with Abruzzo at the plate. Lexi comes in batting 148. Just 4 hits on the season. Trying to slap her way on here, and the lefty got on top of it and fouled it back, 1-1. Abruzzo batting out of the 9 spot. With Emma West waiting on deck. Taylor out front 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. The count sits at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and 2 on. And the pitch, Abruzzo smacks it right back up the center. That'll score 1. Tannehill got the wave around from third. Then they got to hit the brakes on the throw home. That'll move Abruzzo up to second. The RBI knock pushes the Taylor lead to 2-zip.
Coming to play for the Trojans, number 5, Emma West.
So top of the order for the Trojans, and Emma West will lead it off. Second and third for 5 in white with purple pinstripes. Couldn't frame it back across the outside part of the plate. Ball 1 to West. So you've got Tannehill at third and the speedy Abruzzo behind her at second. Infield plays in with the multi-talented Emma West. Slaps it right back to the pitcher. Ellis looks the runner back to third. Backpedaling, getting there in time will be the first baseman, Cassandra Hayes. Second out of the inning for the Trojans. And that's the first time that West has been retired today. Runners stay where they are at second and third.
Number 6, Alexi Clay.
And here's the batter, Alexi Clay. 2 outs for 6 in white. Goes after the first one here. Hodgen, a low bouncer that handcuffed her. She fell down, hitting the brakes, and now accelerating is Abruzzo. They'll throw it into second. Both runners come in to score, and now it's 4-0 Taylor with a 2-out knock here from Clay. Taylor dug out excited, as they should be, with a 4-0 lead here over Grace. Abruzzo hit the brakes slightly, then came around and scored on the attempt on that one up the middle. So the batter will be Ashton Whitman. It will go down as an E6.
Coming up for the Trojans, number 11, Ashton Whitman.
Against the shortstop, Hodgson, who came charging in, but then it just kind of fell over and kind of handcuffed her around the ankles. As both runs come around to score, and it's 4-0 TU. Here's Whitman. Breaking pitch to the outer half for a called strike. 3 runs on 2 hits and an error here for the Trojans in the bottom of the second. Second one, Whitman rips it right back up the middle, and that'll be first and second as the Trojans finding a nice rhythm here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Coming to play for the Trojans, number 14, Pittsburgh.
First hit of the day for Whitman. All 5 knocks for the Trojans have been singles. And And here's Caitlin Grimm, who drove in Taylor's first run of the day last inning. They've added 3 more since, 2 of them coming here with 2 outs. Grimm right on a liner, snagged on the right side of the infield by the second baseman, with the Trojans score 3 runs here in the bottom of the second, and after 2, they lead 4-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
For 4-0 Taylor lead, 3 runs in the bottom of the second. That's the 3rd or 4th time today that we've seen Evans have one slip out of the hand. She faces off against Kendra Arnold here to lead off the 3rd. And Evans has been automatic today, 6 up and 6 down through the first 2 innings. Arnold, the DP here in game number 1, senior out of Huntington. Roll to the right side. Clay runs to her right, knocks it down, throws a low one that Tannehill is able to scoop over there at first. And that's 7 straight to start the game here, retired by Evans.
Coming up to the race, number 27, Montana Brinks.
She'll face Montana Brinks, the left fielder today, wearing all black with red numbers and red letters. Evans fires a fastball high, and that's ball number 1. Brinks, the freshman out of Harvard, Illinois. 400 average in the 11 games that she's played. Has just 15 at-bats, but has 6 hits, including a double. Bats out of the 8th spot here for GC in game 1 of the doubleheader. Third straight doubleheader that Grace has played this week. Supposed to be played tomorrow, but with all that rain moving in tomorrow, all the Friday events have been moved up here to Thursday. 3 balls and no strikes here to Brinks. Righty versus righty showdown with 1 out and the base is empty in the 3rd. A get-me-over pitch makes it 3-1. Taylor Hodgen, the shortstop, awaits on deck for the Lancers. 7-8 overall as GC, 5-7 in true road games. The 3-1. Inside, got it on the corner, and now the count is full, 3-2. Good pitch there on the inner half by Evans. And the payoff pitch. Popped into the air, high. Abruzzo will watch it. Emma West calls everybody off as the shortstop makes the catch in foul territory up that left field line. 2 gone here for Grace. And it'll bring up the number 9 batter, the shortstop, Taylor Hodgen.
23, Taylor Hodgen.
Hodgen, the freshman out of Monticello, Indiana, and Twin Lakes High School. Swing and a miss on the first one. A rare swing and a miss for Evans today. She's not had her best command in the first 2 innings, but has not really missed anything in the zone to allow Grace to barrel anything up. Second one just above the letters, and the count evens up at 1-1. Four 0 Taylor lead. Nobody on for Grace here in the top of the third in game one of our doubleheader today. Third one from Evans. She finds that inside corner. That's been the money spot for 32 in white with the purple pinstripes. And it goes ahead 1-2 as Evans is in search of that first strikeout of the afternoon. And the 1-2. And we'll do that one again as that one fouled out of play. The 1-2 again to the number 9 batter, Hodgen. Got the end of the bat on this one and fouls it off to the right. Righty versus righty here. The 1-2 again. Loading it high. And now it's 2-2. Top of the third here from Goodekoons Field. Grace trying to get their first base runner here of the afternoon. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for number 23, Taylor Hodgen of Grace. Inside, she'll golf it into the air. Infield, West is there. Clay was there as well. West calls her off, makes the catch. And that's 3 up, 3 down for the third inning in a row to start the game for Maddie Evans. We've played 2.5 from Goodekoons Field. It's Taylor 4, Grace nothing here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well.
The freshman sensation from a year ago, Leah Rastetter, grounds this one to Hodgen at short. 1 pitch and 1 out for Taylor here in this third inning as they lead 4-0. Second time today that Rastetter has grounded out to Hodgen there at short.
Coming up for the Trojans, number 34, Nicole Brindle.
And Nicole Brindle will stay in and bat here for Kristen Mahalik. Brindle with no official at-bats this season. First time at the plate, trying to bunt this one down. She'll pop it into the air. And it soars back for a strike on the foul ball. Brindle, the senior, has played in 12 of the 15 games for Taylor this season. Trying to bunt her way on here. The lefty will punch it down. And that's strike number 2. Evans waits on deck. 0-2 with 1 out for the lefty Brindle. Opposite batter's box. Good pitch there from Ellis, trying to see if Brindle will be a little bit too aggressive there, down in the count 0-2. Trying to slap her way on here. Brindle will get a piece off the end of the bat. And it stays 1-2. The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, snagged by Ellis as she takes a couple steps out of the circle. 2 up and 2 down for the Trojans here in the bottom of the third with their 4-0 lead still intact.
Coming to plate for the Trojans, number 32, Maddie Evans.
Evans 0 for 1 today on a ground out. Starting pitcher trying to help out her own cause here has been lethal inside the circle. Taylor does have 5 hits on the day. All have been singles. And that wind starting to blow hard again out towards center field. Nobody on the bases. 2 outs for Taylor. Off the end of the bat. First base coach Tom Barnes calmly just leans out of the way casually as that one goes soaring by his right ear. An all-world Hall of Famer, Tom Burns, during the adult softball circuit. 2 strikes to Evans. Opposite batter's box, unable to frame it back across was Bree Gardenier. And there's ball 1 to Evans. Taylor trying to avoid going down in order for the first time today. The 1-2 to Evans from Ellis. Off the end of the bat, pop up into left field. And that'll be how the bottom of the 3rd comes to a close. So Taylor retired in order, but after 3 here at Goodekoons Field, it's the Trojans 4 and Grace nothing here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Top of the order up for Grace as they trail 4-0 here in the top of the 4th. As the Lancers still in search of that elusive first base runner today. Gardner grounded out to the pitcher Evans her first time up. Gardner batting .340 out of the leadoff spot. A worm burner, 2-0 now on Evans, the right-hander. Righty versus righty matchup. That wind starting to pick up again out towards towards right center field. They're going opposite way. Abruzzo is playing back. That drops in between both her and West. First hit of the day takes away the perfect game from Evans after 3 innings. And leadoff batter on here for Grace as they still trail 4-0.
Stepping into the plate for the Lancers, number 1, Bella Durant.
Abruzzo took that 1 step back and with the wind cutting it off, kind of held that ball in the air a little bit. And a base runner's on for the Lancers. Gardner 1 for 1 on stolen base attempts. So we'll see if they want her to try and take a base here. Isabella Duran, the one at the plate here. Low for ball number 2. Flew out to Abruzzo and left her first time up. That's 3 straight pitches now from Evans that have all been low, and the count sits at 3-0. Wind has shifted, now blowing out from right to left from the foul poles. Evans rocks and fires. 3-1, and it's called for 3-0. Now makes it 3-1 on one that Duran thought might have missed the plate. A .323 average for Duran, with 10 hits and 2 doubles and 7 driven in. 4th one from Evans. Right down to the left side, Mason. Fields it high. Clay jumps and snags it, unable to turn 2. But Taylor gets the lead runner out at second base. Mason got that ball quickly out of the mitt, but a little bit high on the throw. Forced Clay to leap in the air and haul it in. But no damage done. There's 1 out here in the 4th for the pitcher, Jerry Ellis. Ellis 0 for 1, a ground out to Mason at 3rd. Opposite way, right field line, drops in front of Grimm. Second hit of the inning for Grace. Hitting the brakes and going back to second base will be Duran. And the Lancers, after being sat down in order in the first 3 innings, have gotten a couple of singles here. As Ellis, the pitcher, goes opposite way, and it's first and second with only 1 out here for GC, down by 4.
Number 10, Cassie Hayes.
And the batter is Cassandra Hayes, the first baseman. Evans dries that right hand off on her hip. First one to the lefty Hayes. Whitman couldn't bring it back into the bottom part of the zone, 1-0. Two on, 1 out for Grace in the top of the 4th. Right at the knees. Good placement on the off-speed pitch from Evans and makes it 1-1. Hayes lined out to Tannehill, the first baseman, for the first out, back in the second. 1-1, hit hard to the right side. Tannehill knocks it down, fields it, steps on first. And the runners advance up to second and third base, but that's the second out of the inning here for the Lancers. So GC will try to get at least 1 run with 2 outs. Taylor got 2 of them with 2 outs back in the second.
Coming to plate, number 12, Bree Gardenier.
And the batter is the catcher, Bree Gardenier. Freshman from Beaumont, California. Popped out to Tannehill at first base in foul ground. That was the second out back in the second inning. Bats here with 2 outs in the 4th. First one from Evans is low for ball 1. Duran, the runner, at third, with Ellis behind her at second. The 1-0 from Evans. Inside, big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Grace has been very patient today at the plate. Not a lot of swings and misses from the Lancers. That one just the second or third one from a GC batter today. The 1-1. Popped into the air, but foul. And the count sits 1-2. Sun comes out from behind the clouds, bathing the infield dirt here at Goodekoons Field with beautiful sunshine on this 70-degree day on a Thursday in March. Second and third for the Lancers, down 4-0. 1-2 from Evans. Swing and a miss, and she gets her first strikeout today and puts the 4th-0 up on the board for the Lancers. We're halfway home here from Goodekoons Field, and it's Taylor 4, Grace nothing here on the Trojans Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Eight,
9, and 1 coming up for Taylor here in the 4th inning. Trojans out front 4-0, looking for their second Crossroads League win of the year after splitting a doubleheader on the road at number 8 Indiana Wesleyan earlier this week. Ball 1 to Druzy Tannehill, who will lead it off for the Trojans, with Lexia Bruzo and Emma West all to follow. So that's 3 straight lefties for Taylor here in the home half of the 4th. Tannehill trying to get that second hit. She does. She pokes it right past the running Hodgson at short. A 2-for-2 day for Tannehill. Had not batted a lot coming into the day, but she might be solidifying that spot in the Trojan order in games to come.
Covering the plate, number 22, Lexi Abruzzo.
Second hit for Tannehill, and the 6th one for the Trojans. All have been singles. An RBI knock for this young lady, Lexia Abruzzo, her only time up today. Shows bunt as Tannehill dances off of first. One in the first, 3 in the second for Taylor. All zeros for Grace here today. Abruzzo, the senior left fielder, bluffs the bunt, tried to slap her way on, takes that one on the outside half for a called strike. To even the count at a ball and a strike. Taylor dugout starting to come back to life, off to our left. Ellis spins the ball on her right hip, delivers the 3rd one home. Abruzzo leaned out all that she could with that bunt try. Gets called for the strike, just could not get the end of the bat out on that slow-moving pitch as the bottom just dropped out of the bottom. Leadoff singles got Tannehill at first. Abruzzo down on the count, 1-2, shows bunt. A foul tip on the slap try will keep her at bat going. Abruzzo, the senior out of Sugar Grove, Illinois, transferred to Taylor from Wayne State University. All the way in the back of the batter's box for the slapper wearing 22. Pops this one up right there and caught by Gardenier in foul territory off to the left behind home plate. First out of the inning for Taylor. Tough break there for Abruzzo. Got a pitch that she liked, just got a little bit underneath of it on the swing. They'll turn things over to the top of the lineup and the shortstop, Emma West. Tannehill still at first after her leadoff single. Good placement there for Ellis. Outside half of the knees, strike 1. 1 out, 4-0 Taylor lead home half of the 4th in game 1 of our doubleheader today. Punch bunt from West will just roll foul third base side. And now she's down 0-2. West has got every bunt you could think of. Drag bunt, punch bunt. Hasn't debuted the one-hand bunt yet, but might be something she might want to let loose here later in the season. There's a fantastic player batting out of the top of the Taylor order. Down 2 strikes here. Good eye as Ellis will waste one in the opposite batter's box. Meg Stanley very excited for Emma West at bat as she leans over the top of the chain link fence that separates the Taylor dugout from the playing field. 1-2 as West will watch that one soar high and away, and she's even the count at 2s. Tannehill still over there at first. 1 gone in the 4th. 2-2. West punches it to the left, and it'll roll foul. West with some tape on that right pinky and right ring finger. That's the bottom hand for the lefty batter. 2-2 again. Pops it towards center field. Checking up and letting it drop in front of her. As a close play there, as Tannehill didn't want to get doubled up at first. But Gardner had to let that one drop in front of her. First hit of their second one of the day for West. She's 2 for 3. And they're 2 on for Alexi Clay.
Alexi Clay.
So Tannehill at second for the home run here at Clay. Her first career home run earlier this week at Indiana Wesleyan. First one in there for a called strike. 0-1. A 1 for 2 day for Clay, but she's yet to be retired. Singled in the first and then hit that ball towards Hodgson, the shortstop. That resulted in an error, but brought home the 3rd and 4th runs of the day for TU. Second pitch is a strike. She's down in the count 0-2 to Ellis. The 3rd one is an off-speed pitch that got her looking at the knees, right at the kneecaps. Good pitch there from Ellis. Her first strikeout of the day puts 2 outs on the board for Taylor here in the 4th, and it brings up Ashton Whitman.
11, Ashton Whitman coming to the plate.
Whitman 1 for 2. She's also not been retired yet today. Opposite batter's box, 1-0 to the righty. Ashton, the Trojans' best batter of the season, an average and also the most hits. Did not start playing softball until a week before tryouts at Gull Lake High School in Kalamazoo, Michigan, her junior year. 2-0. Had a big home run here last year in the Crossroads League tournament against Marion. Was so excited she bat flipped a la her brother, Wyatt, who did that in the league tournament a couple years back. Ground ball to the third base, on to first, and Taylor will leave two stranded here in the bottom of the fourth. But their 4-0 lead still intact here on the Trojan Sports Network as we head to the fifth.
What limit? Too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Tia O'Connor leads things off here in the top of the fifth for Grace as they try to cut into this 4-0 deficit. We have had no runs since Taylor put up 3 in the bottom of the second. 2-0 here to the third baseman, O'Connor, who's 0 for 1 today, flying out to Abruzzo in left. Grace, the hottest team in the Crossroads League right now. They've swept both their doubleheaders this week to sit at 4-0. Including a nail-biting 1-0 win over Huntington and then a 13-7 romp over the Foresters in Game 2. 3-0 here to O'Connor, the third baseman here in Game 1 for GC. Get me over pitch, belt high, makes it 3-1. Kendra Arnold and Montana Brinks, the ones to follow here for the Lancers in the top of the fifth. They mustered just 2 hits after being sat down in order in the first 3 innings. Chopped, hit high towards center field. Rassler goes back, can't make the jumping catch at the wall. She'll fire it in from the warning track, and that will hold O'Connor to a single. Rassler had a good beat on it, just maybe mistimed the jump by a hair as the ball sailed over her mitt. There's a third hit of the day for the Lancers, and then we got the leadoff batter on for the second inning in a row. And it brings up the DP, Kendra Arnold. The lefty Arnold. They don't give the heights on the GC roster, but she's got to be at least 5'10 or 5'11. Looks to be of the same height as Taylor's catcher Ashton Whitman. She's 0 for 1 today, grounding out to Clay at second. Evans low and away again, playing keep away here from Arnold. Time is called as Ashton Whitman will come and have a chat here with her pitcher. That'll be Maddie Evans. 11-inch difference between Whitman and Evans. Whitman at 5'11", Evans at 5 feet even. And now pitching coach Tom Barnes will make his way out to have a chat with the aforementioned Whitman and Evans. We talked about Whitman's story before. It's a stellar story. Again, played baseball her whole life growing up until a week before tryouts at Gull Lake High School her junior year. So I think I'll go give softball a try. And was such a natural athlete. I actually thought she was going to play basketball in college for the longest time. So you'll see her a lot of the women's basketball and men's basketball games here at Taylor. No word yet if she wants to try and come back for her extra year of eligibility and maybe be a dual sport athlete. As we know, if you can shoot the three, Jody Martinez will put you on the floor for him. So we haven't seen Ashton shoot the long shots just yet, but At a 5'11" height, Martinez could probably find some use for her. So the mound meeting or the circle meeting comes to a close. It's 2 balls and no strikes for the senior Kendra Arnold. Grace down 4-0, trying to avoid their first league loss of the season. A worm burner here bounces in that Whitman able to block, rolled just past her, but another 3-0 count here for Evans. We're into some trouble in the 5th in game 1 at Indiana Wesleyan on Tuesday. Then Cassie Lewis came in, was able to hold on for the W for the Trojans. Gets the outside corner here, 3-1. That was Lewis's season debut on Tuesday after having shoulder surgery on her throwing shoulder back over the summer. Runner at first, nobody out here in the 5th. 3-1 to Arnold. Golfs it right back. A nice snow cone snag by Evans to second for 1 out. Scooping is Tannehill for 2. As a ground ball right back up the middle, Evans snagged it on the end of the mitt, turned and fired. A 1-6-3 double play puts 2 outs on the board on the first double play spun today here at Goodecoons Field.
Coming up to going to number 27, Montana Brinks.
And brings up the left fielder, Montana Brinks. Goes after the first one and fouls it back to the right side netting. 0 for 1 day for Brinks. West caught a pop-up in foul territory on the left field side, sprinting all the way over from her shortstop position. A strike to the left fielder, Brinks. Knees called for strike 2 on the outer half. Just 1 strikeout for Evans, who owns the single season strikeouts record from just a season ago. A record that stood for 11 years before Evans broke it a year ago. Bounces the 0-2 in short. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the 5th for Grace. Pop up left side. Abruzzo comes in from left, makes the catch off of her left shoulder. And Evans will face the minimum here in the 5th. A double play able to avoid some early trouble. 4.5 in the books. Taylor still out 4-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities.
Right field, Yorktown, Indiana native Caitlin Grimm will lead it off as it's 4, 5, and 6 for Taylor here in the home half of the 5th. Trojans out front 4-0. Scored 1 run in the first and 3 in the second as the first pitch to Grimm is a ball. We have been scoreless ever since, with Taylor unable to get a runner past second base. Grimm fouls off the second one and it stays at 1-1. Caitlin got the scoring going for Taylor in the first with a sac fly to right field, then lined out at the second base to end the second frame. It'll be Grimm, Rastetter, and then Mahalik to follow. Third one, hard hit, nice snag off the ground by Durant at second and to first, and there's the first out of the inning for TU.
Number 16, Leah Rastetter.
So here's Rastetter. Pitched a lot in club ball in high school, did not pitch a lot at Frankton High School. So to step into the pitching role a little bit this year outside of her outfield duties as well. 0 for 2 days so far, a couple of ground outs to the shortstop Hodgin. Rips this one towards center field on the tippy toes and making the catch will be Bethany Gardner in center, using that height to her full advantage on the best contact of the day for Rastetter. As she's 0 for 3 now, and will bring up the original DP, Kristen Mahalik. Kristen walked her first time up, and then as she'll send this one towards center field. One pitch and a single for Mahalik. 8th of the day for Taylor, all singles. It'll be the pitcher, Maddie Evans, trying to help out her own cause. Yeah, Mahalik walked, and then Brindle came in to run for her. Brindle stayed in and batted in the 3rd, and Mahalik re-enters here and gets a single. 2 gone for Taylor in the 5th. They lead 4-0 as Evans steps in 0 for 2. First pitch, she'll go after, bouncing it, scooped at 3rd, on to 1st. A high throw is easy work for the first baseman, Cassandra Hayes. We head to the 6th with Taylor still leading 4-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Top of the 6th, Cassie Lewis will make her second appearance of the season, and the second appearance this week. Has been coming back from off-season shoulder surgery. And it's 1-1 here to the batter, the shortstop, Taylor Hodgen. Lewis, a 5'8" senior out of Dayton, Ohio. Came in 2 2/3 innings of work to secure the Game 1 win for Taylor at Indiana Wesleyan earlier this week, but had that off-season shoulder surgery, and then was studying in Spain over the first semester, so her rehab was delayed slightly a little bit. As this one lifted high in the air towards left, Abruzzo back now comes running in, makes the catch in front of her face for out number 1. It's been fun to watch Cassie since she got back with the team, working here since February, kind of watching her slowly go through her progressions of building her arm back up. Because we saw her be electric at times a year ago. Remember that regular season game that went to extra innings where she was blow for blow there with Marion. Inside pitch, and now she's got that little bounce to herself when she really starts to feel it. A strike here to Bethany Gardner at the top of the Grace order. Off the end of the bat, Gardner trying to protect the outside corner, so foul it away, 0-2. Confidence, the name of the game for Lewis. 5'8" right-hander. Had a real big confidence boost during the J-term trip to Arizona a year ago. And we've seen how well she can pitch when carries herself with that type of swagger. Off speed here as Gardner will pull it to the left. It's 0-2. Evans comes in. She's at third base. That's the only defensive switch for the Trojans. Evans goes 5 innings, allows 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. 2 strikes to Gardner. And now 3 as she'll chase that one low. Dropped by Whitman on to first. And the first strikeout for Cassie Lewis gives us 2 outs here in the 6th.
On the bat, number 1, Bella Duran.
And Bella Duran will stand in the way of a perfect 1-2-3-6 here for Cassie Lewis. There's the heat from Lewis. She'll sit in the low 60s when she really lets her rip. A swing and a miss for strike 1. 0 for 2 day here for Duran in game 1. Did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Pulls it left side. Evans runs, snags, sets her feet, whips it on to first. And that's a 1-2-3, top of the 6th for Grace. So Lewis comes in, throws the 6-0 up on the scoreboard, and it's 4-0 Taylor as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor scored 1 run in the first, 3 in the second, and they've been leading 4-0 ever since. Jersey Tannehill will be followed by Lexia Bruzzo and then Emma West here in game 1 as we start at the bottom of the 6th. Tannehill goes right back up the middle, and Taylor gets their 9th single of the day, and Tannehill's been their best batter. She's a perfect 3 for 3 out of the 8-hole.
Stepping to the plate, number 22, Lexi Abruzzo.
Tannehill came in with no hits, 0 for 4. Well, she's turned that on its ear this afternoon. And that'll set the stage for the left fielder, Lexi Abruzzo. Off the end of the bat, little slapper, fumbling with it, and no play able to be made as Cassandra Hayes there, or excuse me, not Cassandra Hayes, make that Tia O'Connor. Struggled a little bit there, will go down as an E5. Off the end of the bat on the slapping swing from Abruzzo. As O'Connor was unable to field that ball cleanly, now it's first and second for the top of the Taylor order. Second error today on an infielder by Grace. Ellis fires one in low to West, ball 1. 4-0 Taylor lead. 2 of their runs have been earned, 2 not. 2 for 3 day for West. Low and away. And it's 2-0. And Ellis has got to be careful with the pop of the bat of Alexi Clay standing on deck. You do not want to walk the speedy Emma West to load him up here for Taylor in the bottom of the 6th, already leading 4-0. Bunt try on one high. West couldn't punch it down into fair territory with the backspin sending it foul. Strike 1 against her. 2 singles for 5 in white with purple pinstripes today. Single to the left side of the infield in the first, singled right back up the middle in the 4th. 4th one, off-speed bunt, third base side. O'Connor fields on to first. Covering is the second baseman, Duran. And that'll move the runners up to second and third. And now here's Alexi Clay. 323 average for Clay this season. That first home run of her career coming on Tuesday. Missing away, it's ball number 1. Struck out looking her last time up after singling and reaching on an error. Second one to the left side. That one will just dance foul as Tannehill had to toe tap her away from that ball up the third base line. Clay, the 5'6" senior from South Bend, Indiana. Had surgery on her throwing shoulder back in the summer of 2019. Third one from Ellis. Right in the wheelhouse, lifted into right field. Coming in and diving and unable to make the catch that pops in and out of the glove. Scoring from third is Tannehill. And safe at first will be Alexi Clay. It's 5-0 Taylor.
Coming to the plate, number 11, Ashton.
As that ball got hung up in the air and diving and trying to haul it in was the right fielder Ashley Beckler. And it'll be a single here. Or no, they're going to say it's an out. So they'll call Clay out. Say that the ball was held enough in the glove and then ricocheted out, so they'll throw to third. Tannehill tagged up anyway and then advanced. Co-head coach Sam Coolin unhappy with something with our home plate umpire. The Taylor fans not happy that it goes down as an out for Clay. So Tannehill scores from third. Abruzzo now stands at third, and the batter is Ashton Whitman. And a strike to Whitman to start her plate appearance here in the sixth. Taylor ahead 5-0. There was some confusion, I think, from the Grace dugout if Tannehill had tagged or not. That's why they threw it over to third. And they said that Tannehill was good to go. 2 strikes here to Whitman. 5-0 Taylor lead, bottom of the sixth. 9 hits on the day, all singles for the home team. That one just above the shoe tops. It's 1-2 to Whitman. Ashton 1 for 3 today, singling back in the second. Chokes up a little bit with Abruzzo at third and 2 gone in the sixth. Bounces it right back. Ellis knocks it down, keeps it in front of her, picks it up with the bare hand, and retires Whitman at first. Taylor adds another run to their lead here in the sixth. They're 3 outs away from a Game 1 win. They lead Grace 5-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor 3 outs away from a Game 1 win. 3, 4, and 5 coming up to face Cassie Lewis in her second inning of work here out of the bullpen. First one bounced in short, and we're underway with her pitching counterpart, Jerry Ellis, at the plate. Ellis 1 for 2. Here's Grace has mustered just 3 hits on the afternoon. Outside corner called for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Starter Maddie Evans, who now finds herself playing third base, retired the entire order in the first 3 innings. 1-1, popped up foul from Ellis. Then a couple of singles. Grace is threatened in that 4th inning. They got runners to second and third with only 1 out. But a ground out and a strikeout into the threat. And since then, no one has gotten past first base against Evans and Lewis. 1-2, high and away, 2-2. Lewis faced 11 batters, allowed 3 hits and 3 runs, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. But did just enough to get Taylor that 7-5 win in the opener
Tuesday before dropping a 3-0 setback to number 8 Indiana Wesleyan in the nightcap. 2-2 is fouled away. Here comes pitch number 6. Ellis trying to help out her own cause here in the 7th. Good eye, and the count now full 3-2. Ellis, Hayes, and Gardenier to follow. The payoff pitch. High and away, ball 4, first walk allowed by a Taylor pitcher today. So Grace with some still life here, the 7th. Time is called. As Alexis Bergman will bring some fresh softballs out to our home plate umpire. The batter is Cassandra Hayes, the first baseman, here in game 1 for GC. They're down 5-0 here in the 7th. Our 12 hits have all been singles from both sides today. Fastball low from Lewis for a called strike. But as hard of that wind's been blown out towards center and right center, you thought somebody would get a ball up in the air and have that thing soar out of here, but that has not been the case here this afternoon so far in game 1. Second pitch misses for ball 1. Hayes, the best power bat, one of the top power bats for GC with a .564 slugging percentage. Lewis misses high again, it's 2-1. Hayes a .359 average, 14 hits including 5 extra base knocks with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. She's got Ellis at first with nobody out in the 7th. Hits this one hard to right field. Grimm goes back. She will run out of room as it careens off the right field fence. They'll might get the runner out at second base. At West with the tag down, not in time, as Hayes just able to get in there by the skin of her teeth. Looked like it might sail out of here. It hit off the top of the fence. It's a double, our first extra base hit of the day for either team. And now it's going to be second and third here for Grace. The batter will be Bree Gardenier, but we might be getting a pinch runner coming in for the Lancers. A good relay throw in for Clay.
Covering plate, number 12, Bree Gardenier.
And the courtesy runner, and the pinch runner will be Kira Lewis, number 0.
Courtesy runner, number 0, Kira Lewis.
Or the pinch runner, excuse me, for Lewis. Or for Hayes, so a little more speed out there for GC. Second and third down 5 with nobody out here in the 7th inning. Lewis burns one in off the turf, 1-0. Here's the catcher, Bree Gardenier. An 0 for 2 afternoon for 12 and black. Wind has died down for the time being. Right down the heart of the plate for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Grace winners of 4 in a row. Their 3rd straight day of doubleheaders in the league. Defeated Huntington yesterday. Trying to get a comeback win here, down 5-0 in the 7th. 1-1 fouled back, it's 1-2. Ellis, the pitcher, drew a leadoff walk. She now stands at third after the double by Cassandra Hayes, with Kira Lewis pinch running for her at second base. Nobody gone here in the top of the 7th. Rip towards left field. That will bring Grace home their first run of the day. An RBI single right into left field. Abruzzo gets it quickly in as Ellis scores from third. RBI knock for Gardenier. And Taylor's lead down to 4 with first and third for GC and still no outs.
Stepping in plate, number 28, Tia O'Connor.
And the batter is the third baseman, Tia O'Connor. Lewis burns one in low on a screwball, 1-0. O'Connor came into the day just 2 for 6 with a double and no runs batted in. This afternoon, 1 for 2. With a single up the middle her last time at the plate. Inside, that'll miss its mark, 2-0. 4-run deficit now for Grace. They trailed 1-0 after the first, 4-0 after the second, and then 5-0 after that 6th frame. This one at the knees on the outer half, called for strike 1.
Lewis had a little extra oomph behind that one to make it 2-1. Fourth one. Off the end of the bat, up the middle, West underhands the second for one. Clay unable to turn it as she got her legs taken out from the runner Gardenier. Run scores from third to draw Grace to within a deuce, or to within three, but they've got one more out on the board and a pinch hitter coming in here for the Lancers.
Pinch hitting for the Lancers, number 29, Carly Ruiz.
The pinch hitter will be the sophomore out of California, Carly Ruiz. And a pinch runner coming in at first base. It looks to be number
26, Emily Revercombe.
So Emily Revercombe will pinch run at first. But Grace down to their last out here in the top of the seventh of game one. They've scored 2 runs, now trailed by 3, 5-2. Ruiz playing in her 12th game, mostly in a reserve role. Has started just 5 games this year, but comes in with a .478 average, 11 hits and 23 at-bats. First one from Lewis is a called strike. Righty versus righty matchup as Ruiz, arms extended, bat over her head. Chops one to short. West, force out at second base. They'll turn. As Clay tried to turn 2. And there is out number 3. So the runner at second base tried. On the runner's interference, so that was. So 6-4 on the putout. And then runner's interference as Clay tried to turn 2 to end the ball game. But Taylor wins game 1 by a final of 5-2. We'll get ready for game 2 coming up next here on the Trojan Sports Network in about 25 minutes. Back here at Goodekoons Field for Game 2 of our doubleheader today, as Taylor took Game 1 by a final of 5-2. It's Mackenzie Noah, the 5'8 freshman from Allen Park, Michigan, in the circle for Taylor here in the second contest. Bethany Gardner leads it off, and we are underway. On the year, Noah's got a .332 average, just 1 in 5 the overall record for the freshman. Has gone 6 complete games in her 6 starts. This one lifted into right field. Grimm comes in, drops in front of her for a leadoff single. And after the struggle bus was only just 5 hits, but they didn't come to the last couple of innings for the Grace Lancers in Game 1. They get a leadoff single here in the first. Good bounce back for Bethany Gardner, who went 1 for 3 in the opener. And now here's Isabella Duran, the second baseman. Bunt shown. Big lead off of first, down to second. Clay got the tag right on the top of the skull. A wonderful throw from Whitman as she throws out her 7th runner of the season. A pickoff down to first. And there's quickly 1 gone in the first. A strike here at the plate to Duran, but the base is now vacant. Scoots back and it's ball 1. Wonderful back pick there from Ashton Whitman. And the count 1-1. Low from Noah, 2-1. Noah comes in with the start of the day with the most innings pitched this season at just over 44. Has allowed 33 runs and only 21 earned. Opponents batting .281 against her this season. Backs away Duran here, and it's 3-1. 17 strikeouts to 18 walks for Mack on the season. Head coach Erin Bellinger in her 4th season has been really happy with the way that Noah has pitched. There's a strike on the outside corner to make the count full, 3-2. We'll set the defense behind Noah after the Duran at-bat comes to a close. It's a full count with 1 out and no score in the first. Backing away, and Duran will take a jog down to first with the 1-out walk. Same defense that we saw in Game 1 here in Game 2 for Taylor. The outfield from left to right is Lexia Bruzo, Aaliyah Rastetter, and Caitlin Grimm. Maddie Evans will get the start at third. She's the only change as she was the starting pitcher in Game number 1. Emma West is at short. Alexi Clay is at second. West on a low bounce, can't get the out at second. She'll get the out at first. Nicely done by the Steelers shortstop Emma West. Over to Jersey Tannehill at first. Ashton Whitman, we already met her. She's behind the plate. And there are 2 gone here for Grace in the first on the nice play from West.
Coming up to the plate from Lancers, number 10, Cassie Hayes.
2 outs, 1 on for the first baseman, Cassie Hayes. Low and in for a ball. Hayes 1 for 2. Had a double in that 7th inning. They brought home the only 2 runs for the Lancers. Came into that last frame down 5-0. Breaking ball low and away from Noah to the lefty Hayes. Makes it 2-0. Runner at second for Grace. No score in the first. Right at the letters. Makes it 2-1. Good pitch there from Noah on an off-speed delivery. Fourth one from Noah. In on the hands, backing away is Hayes, and it's 3-1. Big open stance for the lefty Hayes. 3-1 from Noah with 2 outs. Ground ball to the right side. Clay, late hop, fumbles with it, stays in, it ricochets around on her hands and her mitt. Able to haul it in and get it over to first, as Grace will leave one stranded here in the top of the first inning. No score as Taylor comes up to bat for the first time here in Game 2 next on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
No score, bottom of the first. Emma West will lead it off. 2 pitches out of the zone from Kirsten Fickus. Freshman right-hander out of Huntley, Illinois. Fickus with a 2-2 overall record, an ERA of just below 5. That one high to West, and she's quickly out in front, 3-0. 2 for 3 day in game 1 with a couple of singles for 5. The shortstop, the 3-0. That's a 4-pitch walk to put one of the fastest players in the Crossroads League on with a free pass.
Stepping to the plate, number 6, Alexi Clay.
Alexi Clay, Ashton Whitman, Caitlin Grimm, Aaliyah Rastetter, Kristen Mahalik, Jersey Tannehill, Maddie Evans, and Lexi Abruzzo. The order for the Trojans here in game number 2. The only switch in the order is Tannehill and Evans flip-flopping spots at the 7 and 8 position. Inside pitch called for a strike to Clay. We'll set the defense behind Fickus after the Clay at-bat comes to a close. She got on twice, also drove in a run in that first contest today, and she'll get on here as this one plunks her in the left knee. So quickly 2 runners on here for the Trojans in the bottom of the first. Nobody gone as they look to strike first.
Now up for Taylor, number 11, Ashton Whitman.
That brings to the Trojans' top batter in Ashton Whitman. Leads the team in average and hits, and came into the day tied for the team lead in RBI. Shows bunt, pulls it back in and out of the glove of Gardenier. That moves everybody up on the pass ball. And things going swimmingly here for Taylor in the bottom of the first. And time will be called as co-head coach Sam Coolin will walk it out in some fantastic red Nikes that she and her husband Bo are wearing today. But second and third here for Taylor with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Taylor scored 1 run in the bottom of the first of game 1, 3 in the bottom of the second, then added 1 more late in the 6th before holding on after giving up 2 runs in the top of the 7th. For a game 1 victory, the Trojans now 5-9 on the year, 2-1 in the Crossroads League. Grace has their 4-game win streak snapped. They now sit at 7-9 overall, 4-1 in Crossroads League action. Big day on the Taylor campus. The baseball team was up 12-0 over Bethel in game 1 of their doubleheader that's going on just across the way at Winterholder Field. The namesake of the field, Larry Winterholder, here taking in this softball contest now. So Coach Winterholder must feel pretty good about that 12-0 score over for the baseball team against Bethel. 2-0 comes right across the stomach for a called strike 1 to Whitman. Ashton reached base safely twice, going 1 for 4 in the opener with a single. Shows bunt here. Now West caught halfway between home and third. Back in, trying to dance out of the way, losing the ball on the tag, and Emma West scores. Got caught in the rundown, and then unable to haul it in was Jessica Karich, the third baseman that came in to cover, went in and out of her glove, and she got the tag in time, but West was there. There was no ball in West's mitt. And things going great for Taylor here in the first. A walk and a hit by pitch and a run already home for the home side. That one low, out the glove. Clay barreling in. She'll score standing up. And the Trojans take a 2-0 lead, converting the miscues into runs here in the bottom of the first. Three and 2 the count here at the plate. And Taylor out front 2-0. Whitman lifts it into the air, and that one will sail out of play onto the sidewalk. Base is empty, but both have come around to score. The payoff again to Whitman. Hits it hard right back up the middle, and the Trojans get their first hit here of game 2. The first 3 batters have reached base safely, and Taylor could not have asked for a better start here to game number 2. And the batter will be Caitlin Grimm, the right fielder. 2-0 Taylor here in the bottom of the first with nobody gone. Big lead for Whitman off the bag. Ball 1 on the outside part of the plate to the lefty, Caitlin Grimm. Wind blows softly out towards center field. Grimm sits back on one upstairs, 2-0. Fickus has struggled to find the zone here in this bottom of the first, and Taylor has capitalized. A walk, a hit by pitch, Whitman single, and then the rundown that West is able to score on when the ball popped out of the mitt of the third baseman, Jessica Karich. 3-0 the count here to Grimm at the plate. The fourth one taken right across the heart for strike one. Grimm came into the day with a .289 average, 11 hits, 2 doubles, and 4 driven in. Pitch number 5 off the end of the bat, but foul. Right to the on-deck circle into Leah Rastetter. Grimm drove in the first run of the day for the Trojans, finished 0 for 2 in the lid lifter earlier today. Payoff pitch, runner at first. Grimm, little half swing, just out of the reach of Hodgin, that's short. And the hit parade continues for the Trojans. The first 4 batters have all reached here in the bottom of the first. 2 have come around to score. 2 are in for the big bat of Leah Rastetter. Good effort there for Hodgin at short. Just couldn't get there, maybe a ball and a half width away from making that leaning catch. First one to Rastetter, want to hit it to the moon. Just got a piece of it in and out of the glove of the catcher Gardenier. And strike one. 2 on, nobody out. West started this bottom of the first off with a walk. Clay was hit by a pitch. They've both come around to score. 0-1, below the knees, inside to Rastetter, and it's 1-1. Aaliyah 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a fly out in the opener. Big cut here, just comes underneath the pitch, and she falls down on the count 1-2. Rastetter hit the cover off the ball after the back end of league play started after some tough breaks for the first half of her freshman season last year. 1-2 off speed, just above the letters. Did not go after the same pitch that she missed 1 pitch ago. And Rastetter's even the count up at 2-2. So looking for that first home run of the year is Rastetter. Golfs it off the end of the bat, playing in, diving, and in and out of the glove on the try from Jerry Ellis. Scooting into second base was Grimm by about a step as Taylor Hodgin was there. And time is called as co-head coach Bo Coolin will make his way out of the dugout to talk things over with our field umpire. Right now, everybody is safe and the bases are loaded for the DP, Kristen Mahalik. At worst, it'll be first and third for the Trojans. Gray had to hold up because she didn't want to be, or Grimm had to hold up, excuse me. She didn't want to get doubled up.
Thank you. Best call you made all day.
As you can hear, Bo Calhoun, or Coolin, unhappy. So our 2 umpires will huddle up. Remember in game 1,
Stepping up to the plate for the Trojans.
is everybody safe? Goes down as a single for Aaliyah Rastetter, and the bases are loaded for Mahalik. So the 6th batter of the inning, Mahalik. A walk and a hit by pitch. Now 3 straight singles have loaded them up for the Trojans as they lead 2-0. Here in the bottom of the first, going for the doubleheader sweep, trying to move to 3-1 in Crossroads League play. High to Mahalik for a ball. Mahalik, one of the top RBI producers a year ago for the Trojans. Has just 5 in the early going so far. That one almost got away from Gardenier into the backstop. Whitman trying to read it from third. 2-0 the count. Here to the power hitting Mahalik. Walked and singled in the first game. Inside pitch called for a strike. A little too far inside for Mahalik's liking. Whitman, Grimm, and Rasted are the runners from third to first. Same spot, same result for Fickus, and she's even the count at 2-2 on a called strike. 2-0 the Taylor lead, nobody gone in the first. This one too far inside. Mahalik watches it bend around her, and the count is now full 3-2 with nowhere to put her. Jersey Tannehill, the star of game 1, waits on deck. Payoff, Mahalik back up the middle, squirts on through. Whitman comes around to score. They'll hold Grimm at third on the big throw in from Gardner in center. 4 straight singles for the Trojans. The first 6 batters have reached base safely. The first 3 have come around to score, and it's 3-0 Taylor. And there might be a pitching change here for Grace before Tannehill can step in. And it will be a pitching change. They'll bring in Madison Bremer, number 15, to pitch for the starter Kirsten Fickus. We'll take a break and come back with a new pitcher for Grace next here on the Trojans Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Taylor wrapped out 10 hits in the opener. 3 of them came from this young lady, Jersey Tannehill. Went 3 for 3, back pick throw down to third. Grimm back in time as we introduce you to the new pitcher, Madison Bremer, sophomore, right-hander. 0-2 record, an ERA of just below 10.1. And she'll just miss the outside corner. It's 2-0 as she takes over for the starter, Kirsten Fickus. 3 runs, no outs, and 4 straight singles and a walk and a hit by pitch to start. This one hit hard towards left field. Playing too far in was Brinks. This will bring in multiple runs for the Trojans as Tannehill will drive in 2 with her first double of the season. She came in 0 for 4 on the year in a game and change here today against Grace. Tannehill 4 for 4. And the Trojans push the lead now to 5-0.
Number 32, Maddie Evans.
Tannehill also gets Taylor's first extra base hit of the day as well. And there are 2 on at second and third here for Maddie Evans. A low one from Bremer, and it's 1-0. Evans, the starting third baseman here in game 2, was the starting pitcher. Retired the side in order in the first 3 innings of the opener. Did go 0 for 3 at the plate. Hard hit ball towards center field. Gardner's got a beat on it, makes the catch for out number 1. Mahalik tags from third. The throw off target of the third base line. Run scores from third, but they'll get the double play as Tannehill tried to advance from second to third on the throw. It's a sac fly for Evans, but there are 2 outs on the board as Taylor pushes their lead to 6-0.
Coming to the plate for the Trojans, number 22, Lexi Abruzzo.
And the 9th batter of the inning will be Lexi Abruzzo. She had a nice day batting out of the 9 spot, an RBI and a single. Bounces her up the middle. Bremer in the circle leaps. She'll underhand to second for out number 3, but the Trojans get the first 6 runners to all reach base safely. The first 7 did. 6 of them came around to score, and after 1, it is 6-0 Trojans here on the Trojans Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise
Plenty of run support here for Mackenzie Noah in the top of the second. She worked around a leadoff single and a one-out walk. Then Taylor gave her 6 runs in the bottom of the first as Bree Gardenier steps in, leans away for ball 1. Gardenier came into the day batting .229 for the Lancers. Was 1 for 3 with an RBI in game 1. Big swing here on one of the outside corners. She'll come up empty, and it's 1-1. 6 runs on 5 hits there for Taylor in the bottom of the first. Third one to Gardenier, the catcher. Leans away, the righty bat goes ahead 2-1. The fourth one from the righty Noah. Right on the inside part of the plate, sunglasses on, look at me, and the count's 2-2 from Noah. Twos to Gardenier. Chops it off a home plate, we'll do it again. Chin protector on for the open helmet for Gardenier. You see most of softball players these days wearing the mask on the front. A lot of the players for Grace with the open face like you see over on the baseball diamond. Still 2-2 to Gardenier. Off speed, sat back, really wanted to go after it, but smartly chooses to look at that one, and it's ball 3. Full count to Gardenier. She leads off the top of the second with Grace trailing by 6. Payoff pitch, skied a mile in the air. Whitman, mask on behind home plate. Easy work for the senior catcher. 1 gone for Grace in the second. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Jessica Karich. A low one from Noah. It's ball 1 to Karich. We did not see Karich in game 1. She's a senior from Cicero, Indiana. Hamilton Heights High School, comes in batting .179 on the year. 2-0. Her former high school classmate and Taylor women's basketball player, senior Kayla Kirtley, sitting in the stands watching her former high school mate at Hamilton Heights bat here for the first time today. We did not see Karich in game 1. She'll lift this one into her own dugout, sends her Grace teammates scattering, and the count now 2-1. Karich 5 hits, but 2 of those have been for extra bases, a double and a triple, or a double and a home run, excuse me, in the previous 11 games that she's played and started this year. The 2-1 from Noah. Off the end of the bat, nicely placed right up the middle between second and the second baseman, Clay, and it's a 1-out single, as you can hear Karich trying to encourage the Grace dugout. 1 out, 1 on for Tia O'Connor.
Coming back for Grace is number 28, Tia O'Connor.
O'Connor, the designated player here in the nightcap, was the starting third baseman in our game earlier today. Noah gets a strike at the knees on the inner half to start the plate appearance off. O'Connor 1 for 2 with a single in the first game. Second pitch too far inside from Noah. The count levels at 1-1. 6-0 the Taylor lead. Here as we play in the top of the second. Off the end of the bat, hard towards the gap in right center field. This should be extra bases for O'Connor. Karich wheels from first to third. Clay won't be able to get the relay throw into second. And after the offense went quietly in the first, it's starting to pick up some steam here in the second for Grace. They've got second and third, and only 1 gone trying to cut into this 6-0 hole.
Coming to play for the Lancers, number 27, Montana Brinks.
Good piece of hitting there from O'Connor. Her second double of the season. And it brings up Montana Brinks, the left fielder. Noah continues to try to work that inside part of the plate. Has not been able to find the zone on the inner half to these righties a lot here in the first inning and change. Ball 1 to Brinks. Second one. In the air towards right field, Grimm catches. She's got a cannon for a left arm and shows it off there as it ticks off the glove of Tannehill. But a rip of a lefty throw there from Grimm in right. And there's out number 2. Keeps the runners where they are.
Now up to bat for Grace, number 23, Taylor Hodgins.
Second and third with 2 outs here in the second for the shortstop, Taylor Hodgin. Inside pitch is going to get her on the left arm. That'll load him up as Hodgins got that left protective armor on that left arm. She likes to crowd the inside part of the plate. Noah, we talked about her struggles trying to find the strike zone on the inner half. And this one will plunk Hodgin on the left elbow. Loads him up with 2 outs for the top of the order. And Bethany Gardner as the catcher, Ashley Whitman, comes out to talk with the freshman Noah. Gardner singled last inning, then got picked off at second on the throw by Whitman behind the plate. Big spot here for Bethany Gardner, the center fielder. With Grace down 6-0 here at the top of the second. Noah gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball away from the righty Gardner. Good way to start this plate appearance. Karich, O'Connor, and Hodgin, third to first, the runners for Grace here at the top of 2. Golfed out a play to the right, 0-2 as Noah went low and in to the righty Gardner. Big spot for Noah as well, as we saw Evans work around some trouble as on the circle in game 1. Noah in a jam here with the bases full and 2 gone. Head in the count, 0-2. Fighting one off as Gardner bounces it towards her dugout, and it stays 0-2. Fourth one with 2 strikes here to Gardner. Pops it into the air. Whitman trying to find it behind home plate. She's got some room to work, makes the catch, and Noah works out of the bases loaded jam as Grace leaves them loaded. We played 1.5 here from Goodekoons Field in Upland, Indiana. It's Taylor 6, Grace 0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has
Back to the top of the order as Taylor put 9 batters to the plate there in the first. It'll be the first full inning of work for Madison Bremer. She gave up an RBI double, a sac fly. Was able to get a ground out and a double play on that sac fly. And now she'll face West for the first time. It's 1-1. Emma walked. That's the first 7 batters of the game reached base safely. 6 of them came around to score. Third one to West. That's going to clip her on the elbow. She's got the same protective gear on the elbow like we saw from Hodgin, her shortstop counterpart. And for the second time today, it's Emma West making her way down to first with a walk and a hit by pitch. And the batter here is Alexi Clay. Clay was hit by a pitch in the leg. That put her and West on. They both came around to score. Goes after the first one, sends it over the first baseman, Hayes' head off the bag, trying to beat the throw. Not in time. Was Clay getting down to second, Just couldn't get there in time as the throw comes in. 4-3 on the putout. As the ball went over Hayes' head off the bat, West is safe at second. But right on the money was Duran from second to field the ball and whip it to first to get Clay out on what looked to be a surefire single. So Taylor will not be able to get the first two runners on here in this inning. A low one to Whitman. In the dirt, that's easy money for Emma West as she slides in head first at third. Ball to Whitman here at the plate. As that third base rocking a little bit with West standing on it. Second one to Whitman. Tries to go opposite way. She'll foul it straight back, and the count levels at a ball and a strike. Single up the middle for Whitman, then came around to score on the Mahalik single. Taylor out front 6-0, looking for more here in the second with only one gone. Opposite batter's box from the righty Whitman, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind softly blows out towards center field. The speedy West at third. Whitman, a line drive, knocked down nicely by Duran at second. They get the out at first, 10 coming home. West will score standing up as she beats the throw by a step. An RBI ground out for Whitman pushes the Taylor lead to 7-0 here with 2 retired in inning number 2.
Up to bat is Caitlin Graham.
So can some more 2-out magic come here for the Trojans. The batter is Caitlin Grimm. Missing the outside corner is Bremer, 1-0. $7-0 the Taylor lead here with 2 retired in inning number 2. Opposite batter's box from the lefty Grimm, 2-0. Caitlin 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI in the lid lifter earlier today. Comes across the heart of the plate. She'll hit it hard into right field, playing in, but backpedaling and making the catch is Jerry Ellis for out number 3. But an Ashton Whitman RBI ground out makes the Taylor lead 7-0 after 2 innings here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Second baseman Isabella Duran will get things going for Grace here in the top of the third as they now trail 7-0 to Taylor. Check swing, foul ball for Duran, and we are underway here in the third. Mackenzie Noah worked around a bases loaded situation with 2 outs last inning to keep the shutout intact, and then the Taylor offense gave her another run to work with. Duran started the day batting .323, scoots back here, but it clips the inside corner. 0-2 to Duran, who walked back in the first. The third one. Off speed, high and away, 1-0 from Mackenzie Noah. Righty versus righties. We're just underway in the third. Chop left side, out of the reach of Evans, right to West at short, guns it across, scooped by Tannehill at first, and there's one gone here in inning 3 for Grace. A slow roller that West had to wait to come to her, but he shows off that cannon of a right arm and gets it over to first, and here's Jerry Ellis, the right fielder, who's 0 for 1 today and was the starting pitcher in Game 1. Down the middle, right side, Tannehill scoops, foot raced at first. She beats it in time, and quickly there are 2 outs here in inning number 3 for Grace as they trail 7-0.
Up to bat for the number 10, Casey Hayes.
2 outs, no one on for Cassie Hayes, the first baseman. First pitch, she'll bounce it on 2 hops to Clay, goes right between her legs as she just lifted her glove up too early by a millisecond. And the E4 will continue the top of the third here for Grace. Tough break there for Clay at second. And now will be the catcher, Bree Gardner. Or Gardner, excuse me. Gardner popped out to the catcher, Whitman, in foul territory her first time up. Swings and misses. That one with some heat behind it here on the first one. Gardner 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the first game earlier today. Almost chases one high and away out of the zone. Thought better of it, and it's 1-1. Sun starts to creep out from behind the clouds as it sets off to our left. Third one, right on the inner half. Nice placement from Noah, and it puts her ahead 1-2. 2 outs, runner at first here in the top of the third for Grace. They trail 7-0. Off the end of the bat, up the middle. Clay takes her towards second base. She'll field and step on the bag to beat the lead runner there. No damage done after the 2-out error. We played 2.5 here from Goodekoons Field. The Trojans lead Grace 7-0, going for the doubleheader sweep here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise at MGH.
First game of the year for Cam Cornell, sophomore out of Lafayette, Indiana. She'll lead off things here in the bottom of the third for Taylor as she pinch hits for Aaliyah Rastetter. Cornell, Mahalik, and then Tannehill to follow. 7-0 Taylor lead here, bottom of the third. Cornell, the lefty, high bouncer to the right side. Durant at second, fields and gets the out over at first. 1 up and 1 down for Taylor here in the home half of the third inning.
Now stepping to the plate, number 21, Kristen Mahalik.
And now the batter is Kristen Mahalik. Mahalik an RBI single to keep the run fun going for Taylor in the first. Big cut here, and a big celebration from Bremer on the swinging strike. Mahalik then scored. She was the 6th and final run to score in that bottom of the first inning for TU. Misses the outside corner, does Bremer. The count levels 1-1. Tannehill waits on deck. Third one to Mahalik, right in the wheelhouse. Misses it by a hair, and it's 1-2. Bremer's coming right into Mahalik's wheelhouse, and Kristen has not been able to level it up. Outside corner gets her looking as Bremer pumped inside the circle, gets the looking K for out number 2 here in the third.
number 26, Jersey Tannehill.
And it brings up Jersey Tannehill, who was 0 for 4 coming into the day, now 4 for 4, a 3 for 3 game one, and a 1 for 1 showing here in game number 2. Bremer down the middle for a strike against the lefty Tannehill. 2 RBI double for Tannehill in the first. Trying to keep her stellar day at the plate going. Second one almost lands in her right ear as Bremer misses on the command. It's 1-1. Good reaction there by Tannehill to duck out of the way. Tannehill, the 5'6" sophomore from Martinsville, Indiana. Opposite batter's box, 2-1. Two on, 2 out, nobody on, I should say. Tannehill fouls it back, and the count levels 2-2. Tannehill and Rastetter had their hair done today by one of our student workers, McKenna Ricker, so the Ricker Salon proves to be pretty good for Tannehill at the plate. 2-2. Fouls it back, and it stays at 2-2. So with the way that Tannehill's played, I think our student worker, McKenna, is going to be doing Jersey's hair for the rest of the season, I think. 2 outs, nobody on. Tannehill trying to start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third. Off the end of the bat, pokes it left side. Good snag by Karich at third, on to first. And Taylor retired in order here in the bottom of the third. But they still lead 7-0 as we head to the fourth here on the Trojans Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits.
The Ocho, Jessica Karich, will lead off the top of the fourth. First one goes off the end of the bat, foul territory. 0-1 for Karich. Mackenzie Noah still out there for TU, trying to pick up her second win of the season. Some tough luck for Noah in the circle this year, as Taylor's played a really tough schedule before they got into Crossroads League play this week. Noah's been on the wrong side of the scoreboard more often than not, but head coach Aaron Bellinger has been really pleased with the way that the young lady they call Mac around these parts has performed here in her freshman season. Second one misses to Karich. It's 1-1. Third one high, 2-1. Aaliyah Rastetter has re-entered for Cam Cornell, who pinch hit for her in the bottom of the third. Rastetter back out there in a normal spot in center. Was the left fielder a year ago. She and Abruzzo have switched spots defensively here in 2022. Off speed, Noah bounces it in short. She falls behind 3-1 after getting a foul ball on the first pitch to Jessica Karich. Senior from Cicero did not play in game number 1. Noah misses high and away, and that's a leadoff walk. We'll put Karich on the bases for the second time today, and it's the first free pass, or second free pass that Noah has allowed today.
Stepping into play for Jersey, number 28, Tia O'Connor.
And here's the second, or the designated player, Tia O'Connor. First one in the air, foul territory. Tannehill right there, makes the catch above her head. 1 pitch and 1 out. We'll keep Karich at first base. That brings up Montana Brinks, the left fielder, batting out of the 8 spot.
Number 27, Montana McKenna Brinks.
Just a wonderful day for anything outside here in Upland, Indiana. Temperatures in the 70s. It's going to get a little nasty starting tomorrow and into Saturday, but we're going to enjoy it today. It'll get beautiful again Sunday, then right back into next week. First one misses to Brinks, who flew out to Grimm in right field her first time at the dish. Inside and in low, 2-0. Brinks in limited at-bats this year has batted .400 entering the day, coming in 6 for 15. Third one just misses that outside corner, and it's 3-0 to Brinks. Brinks 0 for 2. In the opener earlier today, a game that Taylor won 5-2. Snapped Grace's 4-game winning streak coming in. Fourth one, a get-me-over pitch, makes it 3-1. Three-one inside, and that's back-to-back walks to start things here for Grace in the top of the fourth as they try to cut in to the 7-0 hole here with one out.
Up to bat for Grace, number 20.
Or second walk of the inning, I should say. Number 9 batter is the shortstop, Taylor Hodgin. Third straight game with doubleheaders here for Grace because of the impending gross weather that's coming in tomorrow. As beautiful as today is, tomorrow's going to be just not good. A lot of rain in the 50s, just a lot of yuck tomorrow. 2 on for Grace here in the fourth. Hodgin hit by a pitch her first time up. Inside, but just below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes as Noah struggles to find the zone here in inning number 4. Got out of the bases loaded jam in the second. Had pretty easy workings in the third. Gets this one to come back across the inside half of the plate for strike one to make it 2-1. Karich at second after a leadoff walk. Brinks behind her after a one-out walk. The Grace dugout starting to come to life here with one out in the fourth. Inside, Noah again struggling to find that inside corner to these righty Grace batters. And she's a ball out of the zone in danger of walking them loaded. Here at the top of the order on deck for Grace and Bethany Gardner. Into the windup, the 3-1. Low, and they're loaded up for Grace on 3 walks. And time will be called as Tom Barnes, the Taylor pitching coach, will jog out to circle to talk things over with the freshman Mackenzie Noah. Taylor scheduled to be back here at home on Saturday, but again, with impending weather tomorrow and then also not looking that great on Saturday, we remind you to stay tuned to TaylorTrojans.com for all of your up-to-date information on schedule changes. Also, follow us on all of our social media channels. We can keep you up to date there as well. Remember, TaylorTrojans.com now a mobile site, so you don't need to worry about that app anymore. Delete the app is gone. Poof. All responsive. TaylorTrojans.com looks exactly like it does on your laptop, on your phone. It's fantastic. It's awesome. We love it. We think you'll love it too. Bases full for Grace here at the top of the fourth with one gone. It's 3 walks here, and to put the bases full for the Lancers in the top of the order, Bethany Gardner, who's 1 for 2. Right down the heart of the plate, Noah gets a much-needed strike here with only 1 out on the big board. Just 3 hits have been allowed today by Noah, but these 3 walks have put her into a bind here in the fourth. Throws left side, Evans scoops, she comes home for 1, and she'll get the lead out there, keeps the 0 on the board for the time being. They remain full, but a good read by Evans to get the force out at home for out number 2.
Stepping up, number 1, Bella Durant.
Full for the second baseman, Isabella Duran. Low and away, 1-0. Duran 0 for 1, batting for the 3rd time. Walked and was stranded at second, back in the first. Grounded out to West in the 3rd. High and in from Noah, 2-0. Jerry Ellis, the right fielder, waits on deck. Noah trying to get out of her second bases-loaded jam of the ball game. This one comes back across the heart of the plate at the letters to make it 2-1. Duran, the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, having a really solid freshman season. Started the day batting .323. Little golfer back underneath Noah's glove. Clay at there at second. She'll step to second base and gets the force out there as Grace will leave him loaded. For the second time today, we're halfway home here at Goodekoon's Field. Taylor out front 7-0 over Grace here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Pinch hitting and leading off the bottom of the fourth for Taylor is the freshman from Middletown, Indiana, Meg Olivia Stanley. Bats in the spot for Maddie Evans. Taylor leading 7-0. Stanley will foul the first one off the inside part of her leg. In case you're wondering, yes, she is the younger sister of Taylor's senior baseball pitcher, Cy Stanley. Meg a little bit better with the bat in her hands than big brother Cy is. But Meg did pretty well, hit a home run in her first collegiate at-bat earlier this season. 1-1 as that one's low. Meg batting .286 in just her 9th game of the year. Tries to pull this one to the left, got a little bit underneath, and it'll be caught right about the collarbone by the shortstop, Taylor Hodgen. 1 up and 1 down for Taylor here in the bottom of the fourth. It looks like another pinch hitter coming up here for the Trojans. This will be number 1, Cameron Arlotto. So she'll pinch hit for Abruzzo. Arlotto, the 5'7" sophomore out of Roseville, California. Playing in just her 5th game of the year. Arlotto 1 for 5. Or 1 for 3, excuse me. Interestingly enough, Arlotto came on her visit to campus a couple of years ago when she was a senior in high school, when the temperature outside was -20. Tough break for a California kid, but loved being around the team, loved the atmosphere, even though it was -20. And she's in here as one of the catchers on the Trojan roster here in her sophomore season. The polar vortex shut down campus that day, so she got to see what campus was like when there's no class to go to. Fouls off the second one, makes it 1-1. Probably had to tell Cam, hey, we actually really do go to class here, even though there is a polar vortex. 1 out, nobody on. Opposite batter's box, makes it 2-1. West waits on deck. Taylor out front 7-0 on the back of 5 hits and 1 Grace error. Low one makes it 3-1. Arlotto looking for that first hit of the season, or second hit of the season. The 3-1. Right in the wheelhouse, goes opposite way, and this one's going to roll to the warning track, and Arlotto's going to leg out a double. Pinch hitting here with 1 out in the 4th. First extra base hit for Arlotto, and she's pumped over there at second base. A runner in scoring position, and it brings up the top of the order in Emma West.
Couch that for Taylor. Number 5, Emma West.
Second extra base hit for the home side here in game 2. Good piece of hitting there by Arlotto to take that one opposite way to the right field warning track. And now it's Emma West. No official at bats as she steps to the plate for the third time. High and in, 1-0. A walk and a hit by pitch in the first and second innings today for West. She came around to score both times. Second one from Bremer, outer half, called for strike 1. Clay waits on deck for the Trojans. Taylor out front, 7-0 here in the fourth. Late bunt shown by West. Almost tripped herself as she tried to come out of the box with a head of steam. Missed the ball, and now she falls down to the count, 1-2. Arlotto after the one-out double stands at second. West pokes it left side. Nice snag by Hodgen. Whips it on to first, but it goes out of the glove of Hayes. Everybody's safe. Arlotto to third. West on her way to second. And the miscue from Grace puts runners at second and third for the Trojans here with only one gone in the fourth.
Stepping to the plate for the Trojans. Number 6, Alexi Clay.
So E6 on the throw there from Hodgen, and now it's Alexi Clay, who had her first career home run earlier this week, Tuesday at Indiana Wesleyan. She's got 2 on the pond here in the fourth, with Taylor out front, 7-0. First offering from Bremer. Bottom part of the zone for a called strike. Clay 0 for 1 today. She's at the plate for the third time. Was hit by a pitch back in the first. The only time she's gotten on base today. Pokes this one underneath the glove of Hayes at first. That'll score. Arlotto here comes West with that excellent speed. Throw comes in, not in time. 2 RBI single for Alexi Clay, and the Trojans make it 9-0 here with 1 gone in the fourth. First hit of the day, a fruitful one for Alexi Clay, and now it's Ashton Whitman stepping in. First offering to Whitman, hit hard towards right field, but right at the right fielder, Jerry Ellis. Trying to make a couple steps back, makes the catch for out number 2. And it looks like the Trojans will have a pinch hitter coming up here in place of Caitlin Grimm. And it looks to be number 10, Morgan Back.
Pinch hitting for Taylor, number 10, Morgan Back.
So Back will pinch hit for Grimm here in the fourth. As Taylor using the 9-0 lead advantage to get some of their younger players in here. Back, a 5'9" freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana. Back comes in 3 for 11 this year with an RBI. She's got Clay at first after the 2 RBI single, pushed the Taylor lead to 9-0. Back, first one goes opposite way. Two diving attempts. It'll bounce between both Karich and Hodgen. Opposite way, single in there for Back, and there are 2 on, and the bottom of the fourth continues here for the Trojans. But we might be having a pitching change here for Grace, as Caitlin Grimm looks to re-enter for Taylor over to run at first base. Yep, so Grimm will run for Back over at first. I'll wait and see what the change is here for Grace. And it will be Bremer coming out of the circle. And number 5, Alexis Bergman, will come in and make her 3rd appearance of the season. We'll take a break and come back. We'll introduce you to the new Grace pitcher next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
New pitcher is Alexis Bergman, the sophomore right-hander here for Grace, making her third appearance of the season. 2 on for Aaliyah Rastetter as Nicole Brindle will run for Alexi Clay at second. Caitlin Grimm comes back in and is running at first for the pinch-hitting Morgan back. Ball 1 to Rastetter, who singled and scored back in the first in her only plate appearance today. 9-0 Taylor on the back of 8 hits. Rastetter ahead in the count, 2-0. Inside pitch, Rastetter didn't like that one, called for a strike, thought it might have been too far in. Fourth one, Rastetter bounces it left side. Good backhand stop on. They get the force out at third base. Nicely done by Hodgson, who's played some really strong defense at short. But the Trojans lead 9-0. We head to the fifth. Taylor 3 outs away from a run rule victory to move their record to 3-1 in the Crossroads League. We're back with more next year on the Trojan Sports Network.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
New pitcher in for the Trojans is number 12, Lindsay Nolt. She'll make her second appearance of the season as Taylor 3 outs away from a run rule victory here over Grace as they lead 9-0 as we start play in the top of the fifth. Nolt will face 3, 4, and 5 here for the Lancers in this fifth frame, Ellis, Hayes, and Gardenier. Ball 1 of the first one from Nolt, 5'3" junior from Cherubusco, Indiana. Off speed, nicely thrown inside half for strike 1. She takes over for Mackenzie Noah. 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 4 walks, and no Ks for Noah here on the afternoon. She tries to get her second win of the season. Nolt rocks and fires and sends in the second one for a called strike number 2. Ellis 0 for 2 here in the game so far. 1-2, thinking about it hard was Ellis, thought better of it, and it's 2-2. The 2-2. Up and away, and the count is now full. The leadoff batter Ellis here in the top of the fifth, with Grace needing some runs to prevent the run rule here, now 9-0 in the top of the fifth. Payoff pitch. Bouncer up the left side. Evans from third. Fields whips to first. Reaching out and making the play is Tannehill at first. And there's one gone here in the fifth. And a pinch hitter coming in here for Grace. Looks to be number 4, Olivia Bergman, and it will be.
Pinch hitting for the Lancers, number 4, Olivia Bergman.
So Bergman will pinch it for Cassie Hayes, the first baseman. It'll be Bergman's first appearance of the season. We saw her sister Alexis pitch in the bottom of the fourth. We'll see Olivia here, sophomore out of Swanton, Ohio. First one to O. Bergman, low and in, 1-0. Grace came into the day the hottest team in the Crossroads League, winners of 4 in a row, sweeping both their doubleheaders the last 2 days. But dropped game 1 to Taylor 5-2, and are in danger of being run ruled here, down 9-0 in the top of the fifth. as Bergman fouls the second one away. Has a pretty healthy size brace on that left knee. 1 ball and 1 strike for the sophomore. Swings and misses here, and she's down 1-2. Taylor going for their 17th straight win against the Grace Lancers. Taylor scored 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. 1-2, bouncer left side, foul territory by about a ball and a half. As Evans tried to make the backhand stop in the play over. Ricocheted off of her cleats, but no damage done as she was in foul ground. One ball, 2 strikes, top of the 5th. As Olivia Bergman makes her first appearance of the season after her sister Alexis did the same thing last half inning. 1-2, half swing, foul ground. Evans races, backhand catch in front of her own dugout on the fence. And that will give Grace their last out. Here as a pinch hitter will come in for the Lancers. Wonderful backhanded catch by Evans at third in foul ground. So Elise Terhune will pinch hit for GC. She's the last hope for the Lancers. Down 9-0 here in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. Nolt trying to go 1-2-3 in her second appearance of the year. Fastball is low, 1-0. Terhune making her second appearance of the year. She's out of Indianapolis, Indiana. She's 0-1 on the year. Nope, too far inside, and it's 2-0. Third one from Nolt. Popped into the air. Rastetter comes in from center. West is there. Rastetter calls everybody off. She makes the catch on the run, and that will end this one early. Taylor scored 6 in the first. They kept pounding runs after that as Nolt gets hugs and high fives from her teammates and the coaching staff. Taylor wins game 2 by a final of 9-0 to complete the doubleheader sweep today. We will take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Back here at Goodekoons Field, this is the Ivanhoe's post-game show as Taylor wins both games today. Game 1, a 5-2 final in the full 7. They win Game 2, 9-0 in a run rule fashion today. 8 hits in the second game, 1 error, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Grace in the second. First game, 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Taylor, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Grace in the first game. Maddie Evans gets the win in Game 1. She moves to 3-3 on the year. Mackenzie Noah gets the win in Game 2. She now sits at 2-5 on the season. Big performance today at the plate was from Jersey Tannehill. Came into the day, Jersey was 0 for 4 on the year with 3 strikeouts. Has been used primarily as a defensive player today. She goes 3 for 3 in the first game with 3 singles, scores 2 runs. Second game, as Coach Aaron Bellinger drives her Gator close to our crowd mic. Tannehill, 2 RBI double in the first inning today, then grounded out in the third. So she finishes the day came into the day 0 for 4. She finishes the day 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 4 hits, a double, and 2 runs batted in. Excellent day for Tannehill at the plate. Trojans are scheduled to get back here on the field Saturday against St. Francis, but we talked about all that rain and gross weather that's moving its way in here starting tomorrow. So stay tuned to TaylorTrojans.com for your most up-to-date information on those schedules and any updates and rescheduling we have to do with the schedule coming up with Saturday. So thanks to our on-site producer, Enoch. The executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Cameron Andrew. Once again, our final scores here today from Goodekoons Field. Taylor moves to 6-9 on the year, 3-1 in the Crossroads League with a doubleheader sweep today over Grace. 5-2 the final and 7 in Game 1, and 9-0 in 4.5 in Game number 2. This has been a presentation of Taylor Softball on the Trojan Sports Network. Until we talk to you again, we say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.